All right, guys. Welcome to Rant and Chill, a channel where I like to rant and I like to chill. Very simple premise here, right? Here we are chilling, not with this, though that is not bad. We're chilling with a album review. A band called Abort had asked me to review their album, and I agreed. I said, sure, I'll do it. They gave me a preview, and I liked the preview, so all right, sure, I'll follow through with this, no problem. And there's no money attached to this or anything like that, okay? All right, so let's talk about the band. The band's called Abort. This is what you see from, well, they recommended I check this out, Death Chord Records, which I believe is the label for the band. Let me use this. Let me put it to where you can actually see everything else. 1 second. There you go. Okay, so the band's called Abort. Okay, you have a vocal and a lyric guy, Atsushi, and guitar composing. So, but the drumming, it sounds from either like maybe it's a beat machine or programmed, but sometimes the drums sound like someone's actually on a kit. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It started in spring 2018. I thought they were brand new, but apparently they've been around for a little bit. 2018, within a few years, have released 2 EPs and 1 album. And this is their album here we'll talk about here in a little bit. An experimental and progressive Visual Kei band based in Nagoya that combines the heavy sound and other genre aesthetics poisonously. Their official site looks like this. I like their look. Their look is great. Guys, your look is fantastic. I like that a lot. I will say this though. You know, I do little jokes here on this channel, okay? I like the look, but it also reminds me of Shaun of the Dead. I don't know if you've seen the movie Shaun of the Dead, but they're at the end. There was a scene where, you know, the zombies were pets. And Atsushi has a collar. Kind of reminds me of that. But cool look, though. I like the look. It's good. All right. So the album they asked me to review is called Past. Okay. And I checked out the album. I checked out all the songs here. Let's do a full count of all the songs real fast. Should be easy. So you have 12, or actually 10 songs. You have 10 songs. But 10 of these songs, not all 10 songs are really songs, in my opinion. The first is more of like an abstract instrumental. It's more of a song than the last song. So, okay, the first song, it's a good opener. It gives you a feel for kind of like what's going to happen here. All right. But then you find out, no, it didn't really, because everything else is very intense. In fact, if you like I said, if you like Visual Kei, you're gonna like this. Visual Kei, if you don't know, for in this case, is like death metal, like deathcore stuff. If you like that sort of stuff, you're gonna like this. The opening track is not that. The opening track is very soft. You can even meditate to it. That's how soft it is. But then it hits you hard. Aphrodite just comes in. The second track hits you hard. It's like a shotgun blast of just intense sound. Okay. Now, with that intense sound, there's a cool melody. There's a cool hook that happens. In fact, this song has a guest singer, Akari Aobara, who comes in and sings during the chorus part, and then there's other parts in the song as well. It's like, you know, I've realized now, I think each song is like kind of telling a story. I think it is supposed to be a concept album. I think it's supposed to tell a story here. It makes sense with the beginning track being 6 feet under, being kind of atmospheric or whatever, and then ending with the funeral 2012. So whatever this album is about is someone who only lived for like 27 years. So I guess with the 27 years, a span of we have songs like Aphrodite, Bury My Life, all telling a story. And you'll understand a little bit more when we get deeper into this album here. Okay, so like I said, after the first song, the opening track, you had Aphrodite. Aphrodite is really good. It's really good. I don't have a problem with it. But I like Bury My Life even better than Aphrodite, though. Bury My Life had a little bit more going for it that I really was looking for. It had more of like a pause and go, stop and go sort of characteristic in the riff there, in the main riff that you'd hear. There's even some like electronica elements here and there. The growling was very intense, but it would also go to singing at times. And it was a guy doing it, and it had a nice flow to it. One would say it's a hook. One would say it's very catchy. It is catchy. You kind of be like, oh, wow, okay, it's very cool. And it goes from Bury My Life to song 4, which is Bias. Bias is really good. This is actually my favorite track on this album here. The drums hit harder, and this song stands out to me. Like the guitar riff, actually, it's actually looking at this album, it compared to all the other songs, it really stands out. It just sounds really cool. Oh man, it just hooks you in. If you are familiar with like Deer and Gray, if you like that, it kind of has that sort of feel to it, but a bit different. I would say, like the song is a 6-minute song, and like while you think it's very simple in concept and design because the riff they hear is very catchy, but it's very simple, but it's very intense. You might be wondering, can they really keep that going for 6 minutes? Well, they change it up, and the song becomes something different towards the end, and what you're not expecting. Pretty cool. Then we have Sarcasm. Sarcasm is, without any sarcasm here, a pretty decent song. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Don't have a problem with it. Then we have NPD. NPD is not my favorite. If there's one song on this album I could probably do without, it would be NPD. Okay. Karma. But okay, let me tell you why. NPD is a ballad. I don't really have a problem with ballads. Ballads are fine. But like everything before this was like very intense, and I got the feel that this is what the band really, really enjoyed, was the intense stuff. And the the ballad of the NPD, it didn't really. It sounded okay. So everything before this song sounded more like death metal. And then NPD comes in, and it sounds more like just hard rock. Okay. So, I wasn't really feeling it. But then Karma hits. Karma hits. Okay. And very intense. The intensity goes from 11 to 12. They just crank it off. It's just crazy. Okay. Let's see, anything that really stands out from that. I didn't really write it down here. I think at this one, Karma was the one with a nice exchange with the drums there. A very intense drumming, very intense. And also the guitar riff here. There was some nice, like a slick. It sounded like they're using some like slides here, guitar slides. And then we have the core. The core is okay. I like Karma a little bit more, but the core is okay. Once again, it's a more intense, heavy song. A lot of focus on intensity of the riffs, the drumming. There is, of course, a dynamic between the singer going from growling and different types of growls, like various types of growls. What you can think of, and then like almost sounds like there's different voices going on, but I think it's just one guy. But it goes from that to singing, like wow, that's pretty insane there. And then you have Pride. Pride's okay. Pride is another ballad, but it's better than NPD. I think ballad. I think Pride has more going on with it, for sure. Then we have the closer, which is the Funeral 2012. Now, this, honestly, you're probably not gonna play it. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. If you want to listen to this whole album and try to figure out what the story is, you'll listen to it. But if you're on the go and you wanted to listen to this band, this is not the Funeral 2012 is not the song you're gonna fire up on your playlist. It just isn't. But it's a closer. You know, some bands do that. They'll put like a track that kind of closes things off. It just sounds like, I mean, you hear like sound effects like a wood creaking, ropes being pulled, some piano and stuff. But I wouldn't. It's not like everything else. It's kind of just there. I think, in my opinion. Now, the band may hear this and may not agree, but this is my review of it. I think overall, it's an okay album. Overall, it's okay. I mean, we have, let's see, how many songs in this album do I really, really enjoy? Bias, Bury My Life, and Karma are my favorites on this album. Okay. So, yeah, we're looking at a pretty decent. I mean, NPD, yeah. Sarcasm is pretty good, too. So, about 4 or 5 songs I like here. Okay. Out of 10 songs, yeah, it's okay. It's a good album. I mean, look, here's the thing. You don't have to, like, if you are, like, in America like me or in the West, okay, you're probably not going to go out and buy this album. But if you're really into, like, deathcore stuff of Visual Kei, you could, you know, it'd be much appreciated. I'm sure they'll enjoy that. Here's what you do, okay? If you like Visual Kei, you like deathcore, you like death metal, go check it out. Go to Spotify, go to YouTube Music, and just search Abort. The links are going to be in the description box below. And give it a go. You're probably going to skip the first track. You could skip the first. Look, if you want to know what the band sounds like for yourself, skip the first track. Go to Aphrodite and then our Bury My Life, our Bias. And if you like that sort of thing, then this is for you. That's how you know. Well, I think overall it's a good album. It's good. Okay? But keep in mind, it is like deathcore, Visual Kei music. So, you know, it may not be for you. Anyway, with that said, yeah, this is the review of Past, which is the first album, I understand, by the band called Abort. So, anyway, thanks for the band for asking me to do this. It was cool. And, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You guys let me know what you thought about it. If you liked it, cool, man. And if not, well, I mean, you can let me know, too, and that's fine. I welcome that as well. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That said, y'all take it easy.